Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Grace and I share sewing tutorials and DIYs here. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to cut and sew this simple crop top with bell sleeve and ashoke design. So make sure that you stay to the end of this video, and don't also forget to like, comment and share, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell. And with no further ado, let's get into the video and start learning. To make this top, I have about 2 yards of Ankara fabric here and also ashoke. So I'm going to be combining these two to make the top. The first thing I'm going to be doing is to fold my fabric into two like this and make sure it's on the wrong side, because I'm going to be using chalk on this. Then I will use my tape to confirm if what I have on the wideness of the fold is up to my bust circumference divided by 4 plus 5 inches. So I'm just cutting off the top of this Ankara. That's not going to be needed, and then I'm going to measure how long I want this top to be before the ashoke part is going to start. So I want the length to be 20 inches, so I'm going to measure 18 inches out of this Ankara here, and I'm just going to draw a straight line across like this. Then I'm going to cut it out. So this is going to serve as one part of the top, the front or the back. So the front and back is going to be the same thing. I'm going to fold another fabric like this. Then I'll place the first one that I cut out on it, just to cut out exactly the same thing on the new fabric too. So this is what I have. So one will be the front and the other one will be the back. So on the both fabrics like this placed together, I'm going to measure my shoulder divided by 2. Mine is 8 inches and I'm going to mark it there like that. Then the next thing I'm going to do is that from the top of the fabric, I'm going to mark where my chest line is. Mine is 8 inches, but I'm going to be adding 1 to that to make it 9. Now from that point, I'll still place the shoulder measurement divided by 2, which I placed earlier at the top area, which is 8 inches. Then I'm going to connect those 2 points together with a straight line. Next, I'm going to measure how wide I want the neck area to be and how I want the depth to be. So I'm going to be using 3 by 3, 3 inches width and also 3 inches depth. Then when I mark that, I'm just going to use my curved rule to connect the neckline area. So you can also use your free hand to do this as well. After that, I'm going to come down from this line here by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'm going to connect that to the neckline with a slant. After that, on this chest line, I'm going to be measuring my bust measurements divided by 4. I'm going to place it on this chest line. The bust circumference divided by 4, I'll mark that. Then I'm going to locate the midpoint of this straight line that I have here from the shoulder slope to the chest line. I'll locate the midpoint like this. Then I'm going to be connecting with my curved rule to form an armhole. So you can also use your free hand to do this as well. So after doing this, I'm just going to go ahead and add allowance to that chest line area where I placed my bust circumference measurement earlier. So I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch for ease, because this top is going to be free. Then I will add extra 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'm just going to take the measurement of whatever I have totally on that line, and I'll place it on the last part of the top too, that is the waist area. So, and I'll connect that with a straight line. Then I'll go ahead and grab my scissors and cut this out. So starting from the side like this, I'll cut it through the armhole area and also through the shoulder slant and the neckline area. So at this point, the front and the back neckline is still the same, but I'm going to be taking the front out so that I will work on the neckline area of the front. So to do this, I'm just going to be measuring about 4 inches down the line of, or 3.5 inches, whichever way you want it, depending on how deep you want it. Then I'm just going to like slant it to meet where the neckline ended earlier. So this is very easy. Just cut it out like this, and when you open it up, this is what you have. So the front and the back is ready now. I'm going to go ahead and cut the sleeve of this top. So I folded my fabric into 4 like this, and from the top of the fabric I'm just going to draw a straight line across, and from that straight line I'll measure how long I want this to be, also taking note of the fact that I'm going to be adding a little bit of ashoke at the edge. Then from that first line I'll come down by about 4 inches, and from the edge here that is folded I'm just going to create like an armhole curve for the sleeve and measure if it's up to what I want. So I usually use 9 inches for mine, and from that point I'm just going to measure how wide I want this to be. I want it to be as wide as possible at the edge there, and I'm going to just slant it to meet that 9 inches. I hope you understand that. So I'm just going to cut this out. So this is a simple bell sleeve that is not too wide. If you want something wider, then you have to make your fabric fold wider. Now I'm going to be cutting out the facing for the front part of the top. So I folded the fabric into 2 like this and placed it, I placed the front part of the fabric on it like this. Then I'm going to pin it down, making sure that it aligns at the center front middle like this on both the fabrics. So I'm just going to go ahead now and cut this out, starting from that neckline area that we plunged in the other time, and also cutting the armhole area like this. So this is just a simple facing. It doesn't have to be too long. I'm going to be cutting out the excesses down here also. Then I'm going to take off the pins. So I'm going to be using this to turn the neckline of the front, since we are not using lining for this top. So I'll place it right sides facing each other like this. Then I'll head ahead to the sewing machine and sew with 1/2 inch all the way around. So just head ahead to the sewing machine and sew with 1/2 inch all the way around, and notch it as well. And also for the back, I cut out a simple round neck facing too, and I'll also go ahead and sew round and also notch it, then turn it over. So after I've turned it over, this is what I have, and I'm just going to be placing both the front and back on each other, right sides facing each other, as you can see me doing it here like this. Then I'm going to be joining it at the shoulder first. So usually when I want to join something with facing or lining like this, I'm going to be placing it on each other, then I'll turn one over to meet each other like this. So you place them on each other, then turn one side over, just the way I'm doing it like this. Place it like this, then turn one over to the other hand like this. Then I'm going to pin this down and head ahead to the sewing machine and stitch everything together on both sides. So after I was done, this is what I have. The outcome is usually very neat, and I'm going to measure what I have at the edge of this top here to know how much of ashoke I'm going to need. So I'm just going to measure that on this ashoke like this, and then I'm going to be splitting this out, and I'll also split this one that I have here into 2, because I'm just going to be using half of each of it. I'm not using everything. So I figured out the midpoint of this, and I'm just splitting this into 2 like this. So after splitting it into 2, I'm going to grab my fabric again like this, and the part that I cut out now is going to be the one that is going to be at the joining area. So I'm going to pin this down and join it to the fabric right sides facing each other. I mean to the right side of the fabric. So after joining it, this is what I have. I'm also going to be putting a little pocket design. So you can use whatever inches you want here, depending on your preference. And I'm just going to make sure that I separate the front from the back and just sew this together to the front area, making sure that I fold the exposed edges while I'm sewing this. So this is just like a pocket design, and after I was done, that was how it looks like. So the next thing now is just to sew at the side with that 1.5 inch sewing allowance that I added earlier. And after I was done sewing it, this is what it looks like. So this top is almost ready. For the sleeve too, I've already splitted the ashoke into 2 as well, and I'm going to join it right sides facing each other, also the way I joined for the down part of the main top. And after I was done joining, this is what I have. Then I'll go ahead and measure what I have on the armhole of this top. So whatever I have around the armhole of the top like this, I'm going to go ahead and place it around the armhole of the sleeve also. Then I'm going to just mark that. Then I'm going to sew it like a slant downward to meet the edge of the sleeve. So after sewing and I turned it to the right side, this is what I have. So the next and the last thing is just to like fix the sleeve to the top. So I'll match the armhole joining of both the top and the sleeve together like this, pin it, and then I'll go ahead and also pin it all the way around, right sides facing each other. So this is one of the simplest method I know for joining sleeve at any level. So just join it all around the top like this, and go ahead to the sewing machine and give it a stitch all around. So afterwards done, this is what my top looks like. Can you see how beautiful this is? So that's basically all for the making of this top. I hope this tutorial have been helpful for you so far. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and also drop a comment in the comment section. Don't also forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I drop helpful tutorials like this, you'll be the first to be notified. Until I see you in my next tutorial. Bye.